Here's Kirsten McCullough.
Okay, we've got Ms. McCullough here. I guess the question for you, Ms. Butler, do you need to speak with Ms. McCullough first?
I actually just did.
Okay, good. I came in a little late.
So we can call up her cases. I'll give the court an update. So I just met with Grace. I asked her after Monday's court appearance if she was able to send that kite or request to speak with someone from BHAP or take that next step, whatever it may be. She explained to me that she forgot exactly who she was supposed to request, but what she did was she wrote a letter, made it out to whom it may concern, wrote a letter about kind of the services that she was hoping to receive, who she was hoping to meet with. And she did that after the court appearance on Monday. She gave it to the deputies at the jail. She doesn't have a copy of that letter, and I'm not exactly sure if it ended up, where it ended up or where it went. But, she did take a step. She may have forgotten the specifics of what, the court requested of her, but I think she did demonstrate that she is trying to get in touch with the right people and trying to get on that right path. I'm not sure if anyone from probation or Mr. Reynolds or the court has any additional information about that letter that Grace wrote, or kind of what may have transpired since then, but that's the update that I can provide for the court. And also, Grace said that she was willing to answer any additional questions if Your Honor wanted to talk to her about more specifics.
Okay, thank you for that. Give me just a moment. I want to update Mr. Reynolds on where we were, because he wasn't the prosecutor on Monday. But give me just a moment, because I want to pull everything up and take a quick look at it, and then I can share with you what our probation staff has been doing too. Okay, so Mr. Reynolds, I'm not sure how much Ms. Keller shared with you from Monday with respect to Ms. McCullough, who goes by Grace. Grace and I had a conversation on the record on Monday discussing bond. There was an argument made by Ms. Butler for a PR bond, even though some of the cases were not PR bond automatic. We had a discussion. And what I told Grace is that if she took a step towards addressing mental health issues or behavioral health issues at the jail, that I would then convert her bonds to PR bonds today. She had indicated that she'd had a conversation with somebody previously. I said I wanted something more concrete. If you would send a kite specifically to BHAP or to someone else at the jail asking for an interaction, whether that interaction happened between Monday and Wednesday, I would be satisfied that Grace was taking that next step, and then I would feel more comfortable releasing her on a PR bond with the idea that she would come either to our court at the building here or to a community court setting where she could engage with getting some resources. So that's where things stood. I did communicate with Nick, because Nick was our court clerk on Monday. Nick reached out to Elodie twice to see if there had been any contact specifically that Elodie could identify, or if she could tell us if anybody else had. She initially responded that she hadn't yet had anything, and then he sent another email earlier this morning, but hadn't had a response yet from Elodie. So we don't have anything concrete for the court to look at, although we have Grace who's saying to her counsel that she did take a step by writing that note that she gave to a deputy to provide to folks. It wasn't a kite, but it's a little bit different for people in custody than it is for the rest of us to understand the difference between things. So I'll allow you, if you want to weigh in, Mr. Reynolds, as to what you've heard from the court and from Ms. Butler.
Thank you for that, Your Honor. So BHAP is still on a wait list, and Elodie doesn't do screenings. Scott, they have a specific screener who does screenings. BHAP is really the only program for folks who are in the jail for shorter periods than 45 days who aren't serving a sentence to connect with behavioral health supports. And so they're going to be on a wait list through the end of this month and perhaps longer. I checked with Kirsten last week about that, and they're still on a wait list. it's probably best if we refer people to BHAP directly rather than putting the burden on folks in jail to write a kite, because that is kind of just another hurdle that they have to figure out how to do that, who to send it to at the jail, and it has to get to the right place. Whereas Nick or I or Mia could have just emailed BHAP directly and done a referral, and even though they're on a wait list, they may take us anyway. So I don't know Miss McCullough well, but given the fact that she has so many cases with us, a BHAP referral makes sense. If she is not screened while in custody, then she's not going to be a BHAP client. So even if she sends a kite to BHAP, if she's released before the screening can occur, she's not going to be part of that program. And the great thing about that program is they work with people who are in jail and out of jail. And that seems like she kind of fits that bill. So, I'd be happy to make that direct referral to BHAP. I'm not sure if Elodie has connected Ms. McCullough with Scott, the screener, what that is. But I'm not super confident that she's going to come to court, and that it doesn't really sound like there have been kind of like the right connection made while in custody for her with the programming that's available. So those are my thoughts.
Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Reynolds. So I have not yet had a chance to interact with Grace outside of the jail, but I saw her on Friday. I think she was arrested Thursday. I saw her on Friday, and she was not doing very well Friday. And then I saw her again on Monday, and she was far more coherent and able to explain what she felt like her needs were and what she was willing to do on Monday. And now it's Wednesday. So she's been in custody for almost 6 days. And so none of these charges are assaultive type charges or charges where violence or damage to property has occurred. They are all charges that involve prohibited items or obstructing a government operation. And so I would like to give Ms. McCullough a chance, and I want to give her the benefit of the doubt that she's taken the step that she said she took, although we don't have any proof of that. And that was really all I was looking for. But I also really appreciate Mr. Reynolds. I was hoping you'd been there Monday, because I know you know so much about these programs and who knows what and how we do the referrals. So I really appreciate you sharing that for all of us. But I am going to grant a personal recognizance bond for Ms. McCullough, even though she's had 6 cases with failures to appear. And so I want to make sure that you understand, Ms. McCullough, it's just keystrokes for me to issue warrants again. So it's work on our staff to do it, and it's work on you to be in custody, but it's a lot less work for you to just come to our court. All right. Mr. Reynolds doesn't want to have you in jail. He wants you in court so that he can get our navigators to work with you and help you get the help that you need, so you're not continuing to get tickets.
Right? As long as I'm served with court, as long as I have the exact date of the court dates, like I said, I have one of my really good friends on the outside. He goes to probation every single day, and I know for a fact he'll make sure that I get to the court dates, because he goes to probation every day, and I help him make sure he gets to probation. I really appreciate that. The only reason why I hadn't shown up to the court date before is because I was unsure of what they were, and there was somebody that was released with me the last time, and if I'm not mistaken, the court dates got mixed up, so I was unsure of what, because I didn't have my correct paperwork when I left the jail the last time, sir.
Okay.
I really thank you so much, sir.
Okay, and let's be super clear so you know what you need to do next. First of all, I'm assuming we don't have any other holds for the state court. Can anybody verify that for us?
I'm sorry?
I'm asking Miss Aubrey primarily. Do we know if there are any holds by the state for Miss McCullough?
Okay.
I don't see anything.
Okay, so the assumption I'm making is you're going to be released today. Now, your court date is going to be for Tuesday, next Tuesday,
Okay,
which is September 3rd.
next Tuesday, September 3rd, okay.
It'll
okay.
say so on the paper that you get from the jail. On your PR bond, in the text there, it'll say you must appear at the municipal court, not the state court, same building. You can come in the building, and if you come with Mr. Ray, you can come in, but his might be a state case. So don't necessarily go to his court. You got to come to the municipal court in the same building.
Right.
And when you come in, you come to the municipal court. We're on the main floor, the first floor when you come in, and you come down the hall to the east end of the building. So you come in and then you make a left to the east end on the first floor. That's
Okay.
where you need to be at 8:30 on Tuesday morning. All right.
Okay. And that's this building, okay.
Not the jail, but the building at 6th and Canyon,
Oh, okay,
right?
okay.
And it'll say so. It'll tell you to come to the 20th Judicial District building on September 3rd.
Okay.
Now, if you'd want to try to come to our community court tomorrow, which is over at, if you know where the Penfield Tate building is at Canyon and Broadway?
No, I don't know where anything is at. It's
Okay.
in Boulder. So,
Okay.
but I can figure it out. I'll look it up on his phone as soon as I
Yeah,
get this.
a lot of the people who are unhoused know where that building is. It's where Deacon's Closet has its clothing project that they do every Thursday.
Oh, Deacon's Closet?
Yeah.
Okay,
So Deacon's
okay.
Closet has an outdoor location where they have belongings that they give to people. They give people jeans and shirts and things of that nature. And a lot of the unhoused people go there on Thursday mornings between 9 and 11. They go there to get those belongings. We also have court staff and navigators there on Thursday morning, tomorrow. Okay. So that if you went there, you could interact with Mr. Reynolds or one of the members of his prosecution team and with our navigators to work on these cases that you've got. So that's another way to do it. I'm not setting your court date for that because I want you to have a court date at our building. But if you come tomorrow, that would satisfy me and we could get started working on getting you some more stability.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Does that all make sense to you?
I'm sorry?
Does it all make sense to you?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Ms. Butler, anything that you'd like to add, or Mr. Reynolds?
I do just want to add one thing, just Grace, I want you to know that this court is very understanding. And so, if you aren't sure exactly when, if you have court dates in the future and you're not sure exactly when the court date is, or you lost your paperwork or something, but you think that you might have a court case that you haven't showed up for, you have to show up for in the future, just show up to court and go to the municipal court building, and they will help you. They will tell you when the court date is, or they can reschedule the court date. That's the most important part. Instead of just not showing up at all, show up. Even if you don't know exactly when your court date is, you can go to the courthouse and they will help you avoid getting a warrant for not showing up at all.
Right. I've done that in the past when I lived in Aurora. I've done that in the past in Aurora. So I completely understand that.
Okay, we won't arrest you. If you come to our building, we will not have you arrested to our municipal court. I can't speak for the county and the state, but our municipal court, we will not have you arrested on our, even if there was a warrant, we're not going to take you into custody. Okay.
Okay.
We want to resolve your case with you. We don't need you to be in jail for us to do that.
Right. Because it costs more money. It's more bullshit to deal with. Right. I completely understand.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Reynolds, anything from the city?
No, I just hope to see Miss McCullough either at community court outside the Penfield Tate building or at the Justice Center at the municipal court.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and let the officer know we're done with your cases. It'll take them a few hours to get you released. So give the jail some grace so that they can get through the paperwork.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.